Now, at Molineux in the Midlands, there was talk pre-match. Cole Palmer, would he play? Would he not? But the pre-match press conference from Liam Rossinier said, yep, he's good to go. We'll see how we get on, because obviously there's a full midweek card as well. But Cole Palmer started, and I think it's the fourth time that he scored a first-half hat-trick in the Premier League against Wolves. A couple from the penalty spot, one from a nice cutback from Cucurella, and Chelsea just blew away Wolves. And this is the Cole Palmer of last season that we remember, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, he's a legit superstar. You do have to build the team around him just a little bit to allow him to play or to do what he likes to do, right? I mean, I'm not saying that Cole Palmer is not capable of playing on both sides of the ball, because from time to time when he wants to, he does it. But I think you play to his strengths, right? And when he's at his best, I mean, he's one of those players that he's so unpredictable. I mean, for me as a defender, one of the worst players, right? Because his body language, his body feints, and all of that, the ease in which he operates is incredible. So today, that was done and dusted. I mean, first time hat trick, obviously a key player, especially with Reece James once again, I think rested. I don't know what that injury is. He was obviously he didn't play against Arsenal in the League Cup today. Maybe some thought he would have played, but it's one of those games that I think Rossinier made the right decision. Even if he was close, they could have afforded to have him rest another day or two. So look, Cole Palmer, sensational. He's a fluid player. He needs repetition. If he plays all the time and gains his confidence, he changes the way Chelsea plays, no doubt.
Fourth Premier League hat-trick for Chelsea, third in the first half. He also owns the record for the quickest 2 hat-tricks in the first half for Chelsea. So he finishes third in the Cole Palmer first half hat-trick stakes. For Wolves, you're not going to be judged at games against Chelsea, but they're going to have to hurry up and pick up points. 1 win, 8 points. What are they now? Goodness me, 18 points from safety. Is it about time, or should they have already done that they have not just one eye on next season, but both eyes on next season? Because they ain't salvageable, are they?
No, it's a mission impossible, right? I mean, I think most of us knew that. I kind of, you always hope that there's going to be some sort of a run, somebody's going to drop off, right? But I think watching that home game against Bournemouth last weekend, that to me was the final nail, right? I mean, you kind of had a sense before that. You look at the table, you look at the points, and you say to yourself, well, this would have been a superb run, and it would have had to be combined by everybody else all of a sudden dropping points. So yeah, you could easily say, for a month that Wolves were not going to save themselves, but that Bournemouth game was it, and today was just way too easy.
Top 5 is going to get Champions League spots again, not just the top 4. England will get an extra place, so at least 5. But right now, it means that one of these teams is going to miss out. And look, while Everton are on a really good run, they won 2-1 at Fulham today. They sit 7th in the table. We reckon it's 5 from 6 to get into the Champions League. Villa today took the lead at Bournemouth, but were pegged back in a 1-1 draw. They can't buy a win right now. Out of those 6, which one is the most likely to miss out on Champions League football next season, Janusz?
I legitimately worry about Liverpool. As I've said it before, a soft spot for me, as everybody by now probably knows, but let's be real here. I mean, tomorrow, you've mentioned how massive that is for Arsenal, and that's why I kind of hinted, because I thought you'd ask me about that. I hinted that this is just as big, if not bigger, for Liverpool. I mean, I'm looking right now, what is it, 4 points to Chelsea. I mean, if they were, to drop points, any points tomorrow, the pressure is going to be super real. I obviously didn't look at the fixtures that are coming up for everybody. There's still time for that. But I just think that at the moment, I think if you look at the top 5, you have to say that it stays that way. Not to say, of course, that Liverpool, I mean, it's not that far away that Liverpool can go on a run. They do have the quality. They've been looking maybe a little bit better than they had in, say October, November, December, I suppose. But the points lost there you look at now and all those points lost, they may pay the price for that. So uh, tomorrow, I think it's a must win for Liverpool. I really do.
Yeah, Villa's also an interesting one because they had that good win at Newcastle, then that horrible defeat at home against the 10 men of Brentford. They do have a couple of games they don't have to play because of the knockout playoff in the Europa League, having finished second in the main section. So they'll get a little bit of time off. Next up for them is Brighton at home in midweek. Then it's Newcastle at home in the FA Cup. Consistency seems to be the one thing they're lacking right now. How do you get that consistency when you don't have it in football, Janusz?
Yeah, I mean, but I think given everything that Villa has, I mean, they've been as consistent as anyone, right? I mean, you look at where they are in the table, it seems that we're always complaining about them. Are they capable of winning the league, right? A couple of losses at home didn't help them because, I mean, Villa Park is sensational. And what was it, Everton? And the other day they've lost again. It's very, very unusual. I think they get that and look at the position they're in terms of points. So I think they'll see it through. I think the transfer of Tammy Abraham already paid dividends, I think, in his first game when he scored. So I think between Ollie Watkins and him in terms of rotation, maybe they'll play together at some stage. I think they're sitting fine, given the resources that they have and really a thin squad. I wonder if I should be the one now complaining about what Villa's doing or not, because I think that the season's been sensational for them once again. Unai Emery, a superb coach, and once they get past the PSR and all the issues they have, and Unai Emery can truly start building a deep, deep squad. I don't know if it reminds me a little bit of Arsenal. I mentioned Mikel Arteta in 2019, the 2 8th place finishes, and that process, right, that's taken him to where they are right now. I suspect that Unai Emery is capable of doing that. But if you look at the last couple of seasons, I mean, if I were a Villa fan, I'd be pretty happy.
If I was a West Ham fan, I'd have hope as well. A 2-0 win at Burnley, within 6 of Spurs now. We were speaking about that earlier with Tottenham Hotspur's 2-0 defeat at Manchester United. There seems to be a bit of a cut-off now from 14th down. Spurs and Palace and Leeds on 29, Forest on 26, then West Ham on 23. They've got a bit of momentum. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, one of the players they signed, Tati Castellanos, got 4 goals against Real Madrid, scored today as well. He could be a shrewd pickup. West Ham on the up and up. Can they keep it going?
Maybe. Good. I remember Tati Castellanos. So when I was commentating New York City FC,
Right.
when he first left, and of course you mentioned Girona and Lazio, and then coming in. I mean, as a capable player, right? I'm not saying that he's going to light the Premier League on fire, but I think starting or coming off the bench, very, very dynamic, very strong. Great strike, good in the air. So he's a player that maybe, I think right away as he came in, he looks the part. I think West Ham need that sort of a player because he's a fighter. He's a scrapper. I mean, everywhere I've seen him, he does his work, right? Not just looking for goals, but helps you out defensively. So look, this is good times for West Ham. They've been waiting for a period like that. And as we've said, there's going to be a massive scrap there. And we've mentioned Spurs, the way they are. They're in a relegation scrap, if they like it or not.
Yeah, so are Forest after a disappointing loss by 3-1 at Leeds United. Newcastle about to kick off against Brentford. The big one tomorrow. Full coverage afterwards, right here and on ESPN FC. On ESPN Plus is Liverpool against Manchester City. But Arsenal, what a week for them. 4 goals at Leeds. A League Cup final spot secured against Manchester City. Another 3 goals and a clean sheet against Sunderland. And a 9-point lead at the top of the English Premier League. The message from the Gunners is simple. To everybody else, catch us if you can. Bye for now.